A woman walked into my shop wanting my husband's face permanently tattooed on her body, and I spent 6 hours making it the most beautiful piece I've ever created. She came in on a Tuesday afternoon with a vision for something special. She wanted two faces woven together in a portrait piece, a man and a young girl, their features blending into each other like they shared the same soul. She pulled out her phone to show me the references, and my heart stopped beating in my chest. The man was my husband. I recognized his smile, his jawline, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. The little girl looked about 8 or 9 years old, which meant she would have been born years before I even met him. A secret daughter, a whole hidden family from his past that he never told me about. But this woman standing in front of me had no idea who I was, and whatever my husband had done, she and this little girl didn't deserve to suffer for it. I was a professional. I told her to take a seat, and I started prepping my station. I threw myself into the work because focusing on the details was the only thing keeping me from falling apart. I mapped out the composition carefully, positioning his face and the little girl's so they'd flow together naturally, and my hand stayed steady. This piece has been years in the making, she told me while I worked on the outline. I've been thinking about it since she was 4 years old. I did the math in my head. He'd known about this child for at least 5 years and never said a word to me. I asked how they met, keeping my voice light like I was just making conversation. I was going through the hardest year of my life, and then I met him. They were together before me. They had a daughter together. Something happened between them, and then he met me, and I was just the next chapter while his real family was still out there. I pressed the needle into her skin a little harder than necessary, and had to force myself to ease up. He changed our lives completely, she continued. I nodded and wiped away the excess ink and asked if they still kept in touch. Oh, my daughter asks about him constantly, she said with a warm smile. I switched to a smaller needle for the detail work on the little girl's face, and I found myself searching her features for traces of my husband, his nose, his chin, something in the shape of her eyes that looked too